two estheticians can graduate from the same school, take the same certification, and even start at the same time. Yet 5 years later, one has built a thriving career, while the other feels frustrated, burnt out, or stuck. So what's the difference? In today's episode, we're talking about why some estheticians continue to grow and evolve in this industry, while others unknowingly plateau. Hi, welcome back to Beauty Babble. I'm Suzanne, Sodesco certified esthetician, former spa owner, and educator mentor working with beauty pros near and far. And today I want to have a short, honest conversation about growth in our industry. Because success in aesthetics isn't just about talent or certifications. Often it's the habits, mindset, and willingness to keep evolving that make the biggest differences. After many years in this industry, I've learned that some of the fastest growing estheticians are not necessarily the most talented. They're the ones who stay curious, continue learning, seek opportunities to improve, and remain open to change. This episode isn't about judging anyone or suggesting there's only one path to success. Every esthetician's journey is different. It can be very different. But over the years, I've noticed some common patterns among the professionals who continue to grow, and some common challenges among those who feel stuck and frustrated. So today I want to talk about them. Clinical confidence versus technical ability. Many estheticians believe confidence comes from learning more treatments, but confidence rarely comes from collecting certificates. Confidence comes from repetition, experience, seeing different skin conditions and treatments, learning from mistakes, and trusting your decision making. You can know how to perform a treatment and still lack confidence, and that's completely normal. Knowledge teaches the treatment, experience builds the confidence. Continuing education as a growth accelerator, the estheticians who grow the fastest are usually lifelong learners. They don't pursue education because they have to. They pursue education because they understand that our industry is constantly changing. Continuing education helps you to stay current, to think differently, improve results, build confidence, and expand opportunities. The most successful estheticians don't stop learning after graduation. In fact, that's when their education truly begins. Adaptability matters more than perfection. This industry changes quickly. Products change, technology changes, client expectations change. The professionals who thrive are not necessarily the ones who know everything. They're the ones willing to adapt, stay open to learning. Sometimes growth means letting go of old ways and embracing new information. The industry rewards adaptability more than it does perfection. Communication is a career skill too. Clients don't just remember treatments, they remember how you made them feel. Strong communication will help build the trust, the retention, the referrals, the client confidence. Being able to educate clients clearly, explain expectations, and listen carefully often matters just as much as technical skill. Clients may come for the treatment, but they stay because of the relationship. Why technique alone isn't enough anymore? Today's estheticians are expected to do much more than perform the treatments. You're expected to educate clients, think critically, build treatment plans, understand ingredients and modalities, even if you don't offer them. Continue learning throughout your career. Technical skills are important, but they are only one piece of the long-term success. Technique may get you hired, but growth, professionalism, and critical thinking are what build lasting careers. So you may be stuck and not even realize it. Sometimes being stuck happens gradually. Here's a few signs. You haven't invested in education a long time. You're performing every treatment exactly the same way. You've stopped being curious. You're afraid to try something new. You spend more time complaining about the industry than adapting to it. And here's the good news. Being stuck isn't permanent. Awareness is often the first step toward growth. If you're feeling stuck right now, ask yourself these 5 questions. When was the last time I learned something new? Am I challenging myself or simply repeating what I already know? Do I communicate with confidence or avoid difficult conversations and just talk about the weather? Am I comparing myself to social media instead of focusing on my own growth? What is one thing I can improve this month? Not this year, not someday, this month. You don't have to change everything overnight. Small, consistent improvements often create the biggest career growth over time. If you've been feeling a little stuck, that's okay. It doesn't mean you failed. Sometimes growth isn't about working harder. Sometimes it's about learning differently, seeking mentorship, investing in yourself, and remaining open to change. And remember, no one builds a successful career alone. Every experienced esthetician was once a beginner, and every confident esthetician was once uncertain. Careers aren't built overnight. They're built treatment by treatment, client by client, and year after year. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of Beauty Babble. If this conversation resonated with you, I hope you'll share it with another esthetician who may need this little reminder that growth and success looks different for everyone. Keep learning, stay curious, and continue investing in yourself and your career. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode of Beauty Babble. If you're enjoying this conversation, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. It helps support the podcast and keeps those honest industry conversations going.